All right, guys, this is a thing I want to do, but it's something that YouTube just really hates. And I was going to try to read the Constitution, but so what I want to make the channel is just the things that I really like doing, like gaming, guitar. I really have I have quite a few little interests and hobbies, but by far I think the four that have stuck around is gaming, guitar, and like ultimate frisbee. Like you can kind of see my life and how it's been built, and it's those three. And okay, probably the most boring is reading. I won't lie, but without a doubt, I mean no contest. It's the one that's brought me the furthest, and I mean it's not even a contest. It's no joke. Reading is the best thing. Now we're getting the that gross crap back there. We're getting what I consider possibly the best book I've ever read. I talk about it a lot. It's called Eat That Frog. This guy, Brian Tracy, is an awesome author. And I want to go through at least a couple chapters. Now, when I read a book, I don't do the Ty Johnson or whatever that guy, that like get rich quick scheme guy who used to be on YouTube all the time. Notice how he's not anymore. But he would do this ads like, hey guys, I'll teach you how to read. You get like the first page and the last page, and then you just scroll through all of it. And you pretty much, you're good. I've read thousands of books. That's what he considers reading a book. No, I get every single word. But here's what's great about this book. See how big the font is. See how small the pages are. Like, okay, so it'll hold like a CD. A little bit over a CD, right? This is another thing I love doing. Like, here's a regular size book. See how big? See how small? Like Eat That Frog it's a very tiny book. If you wanted to read it in one day, it'd probably take you about 3 hours. Okay, so let's get on with it. Why this book? Well, oh my goodness, these are my favorite kinds of books too, are ones that teach you something. Not a big fantasy fan or whatever. I will tell you why later. But let's go. Let's read some Eat That Frog. And YouTube, for the love of God, don't take this down. I swear, I get no money from these guys. Brian Tracy, keep all your money. You've taught me tons. I've bought your products. Like, you can have it all, okay? It's your stuff. Okay, I just want to spread it to the world because most people don't read, but I'm here to help that. Best habit I have, the life-changing habit, is this. Okay, so introduction, Eat That Frog. This is a wonderful time to be alive. There have never been more possibilities and opportunities for you to achieve more of your goals than exist today. As perhaps never before in human history, you're actually drowning in options. In fact, there are so many good things that you can do that your ability to decide among them may be the critical determinant of what you accomplish in life. If you're like most people today, you are overwhelmed with too much to do in too little time. Okay, that is the wrong use of that too. Two with two O's just means also. So that's okay. We just continue on. As you struggle to get caught up, new tasks and responsibilities just keep rolling in like the waves of the ocean. Because of this, you will never be able to do everything you have to do. You will never be caught up. You will always be behind in some of your tasks and responsibilities, and probably in many of them. The need to be selective. For this reason, and perhaps more than ever before, your ability to select your most important task at each moment, and then to get started on that task and to get it done both quickly and well, will probably have more of an impact on your success than any other quality or skill that you can develop. An average person who develops the habit of setting clear priorities and getting important tasks completed will run circles around a genius who talks a lot and makes wonderful plans, but who gets very little done. Please jot that down or something. That is beyond helpful. We're only going to get a few pages in, but you'll see how incredible this book is very quickly. The truth about frogs. It has been said that the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog. You can go through the day with the satisfaction of knowing that that is probably the worst thing that is going to happen to you all day long. This should all be highlighted or starred or something because this whole part is great. Your quote-unquote frog is your biggest, most important task, the one you are most likely to procrastinate on if you don't do something about it. Whew. Man, that should be underlined too. It is also the one task. We're doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the grossness here. The one you are most likely to procrastinate on if you don't do something about it. I'm a really good at underlining. You like that? Looks like I just hate that part, but I've read this book several times. It's so good. It's also the one task that can have the greatest positive impact on your life and results at the moment. The first rule of frog eating is this: if you have 2 frogs, eat the ugliest / biggest one first. Probably should have said that, but that is another way of saying that if you have 2 important tasks before you, start with the biggest, hardest, and most important task first. Discipline yourself to begin immediately and then to persist until the task is complete before you go on to something else. Think of this as a test. Treat it like a personal challenge. Resist the temptation to start with the easier task. Continually remind yourself that one of the most important decisions you make each day is what you'll do immediately and what you will do later if you do it at all. The second rule of frogging is this: if you have to eat a live frog, it doesn't pay to sit and look at it very, very long. The key to reaching high levels of performance and productivity is to develop the lifelong habit of tackling your major tasks first thing in each morning. I don't know why I said productivity, but there you go. You must develop the routine of eating your frog before you do anything else without taking too much time to think about it. Take action immediately. In study after study of men and women who get paid more and promoted faster, the quality of action orientation, quote unquote, stands out as the most observable and consistent behavior they demonstrate in everything they do. That's probably a worthwhile underline as well. Yeah, let's get that. In study after study of men and women who get paid more, there I am, and promoted faster, the quality of action orientation stands out as the most observable and consistent behavior they demonstrate in everything they do. Okay? Success. Come on, focus. Come on. Jeez, that has taken forever to focus. Fine. Successful. You've got to be kidding me. What is going on? Successful. Okay, screw you. Successful, effective people are those who launch directly into their major tasks and then discipline themselves to work steadily and single-mindedly until those tasks are complete. Failure to execute is one of the biggest problems in organizations today. Many people confuse activity with accomplishment. Yeah. They talk continually, hold endless meetings, and make wonderful plans, but in the final analysis, no one does the job and gets the results required. It's probably true. This is why I reread this book, is because I forget a lot of this stuff. Develop the habits of success. Your success in life and work will be determined by the kinds of habits that you develop over time. The habit of setting priorities, overcoming procrastination, and getting on with your most important task is a mental and physical skill. As such, this habit is learnable through practice and repetition over and over again until it locks into your subconscious mind and becomes a permanent part of your behavior. Once it becomes a habit, it becomes both automatic and easy to do. Let's get down to develop a positive addiction, okay? The habit of starting and completing an important task has an immediate and continuous payoff. You are designed mentally and emotionally in such a way that task completion gives you a positive feeling. That should probably be underlined as well. It makes you happy. It makes you feel like a winner. You're a winner! Whenever you complete a task of any size of importance, you feel a surge of energy, enthusiasm, and self-esteem. The more important the completed task, the happier, more confident, and more powerful you feel about yourself and your world. This is very true. This is why when I read this book, I just feel good about it, like practicing what it preaches. The completion of an important task triggers the release of endorphins in your brain. The endorphins give you a natural high, quote unquote. The endorphin rush that follows successful completion of any task makes you feel more positive, personable, creative, and confident. Okay, let's stop there. We're not even in chapter 1. This is the intro. All the chapters are super small, very to the point. I love this book. Guys, why I want to do this is because people do not read this stuff. They pretend like they want to read it, but nobody does. But if you open this book and apply this stuff and any books like it, man, your world will change. And I mean fast. And you'll just be smarter, feel smarter. That's why I'm introducing you to my favorite habit, despite how boring it is. The best one I have is reading. Y'all have a great night. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all have an awesome time.